Mark Green didn't just push back. He went straight for the jugular. In a fiery hearing moment, Green exposed millions in insane USAID spending, called out Democrats for their crocodile tears, and laid bare how foreign aid was turned into a far-left slush fund. Democrats tried to cry constitutional crisis, and Green absolutely shut it down. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to 50 Patriots, grab a seat, and let's dive right back into it.
$5.5 million for promoting LGBT acceptance in Uganda. That is not life-saving, and that's not combating Ebola. Gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Green, is now recognized.
Thank you, Chairman Mass, and I appreciate your leadership, and I look forward to working alongside you to bring needed reform to our diplomatic strategy. We certainly have a lot of work to do, and this hearing is just the beginning. Accountability is coming. Thank you also to our witnesses today. The corruption going on behind USAID's doors has been a wake-up call for all Americans. As chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, I spent the last 2 years exposing the Biden administration's sabotage of our border and the policies that kept America safe. I saw firsthand their willful refusal to protect this country. Under the guise of foreign aid, USAID has been an unapologetic front for a far-left agenda. It has become self-evident there weren't a handful of foolish policies, but rather a coordinated strategy of radical, idiotic, and often anti-American priorities. Idiotic, you say? Millions to teach Moroccans how to make pottery? The Moroccans were making pottery before we were a country. This entire debate today and the crocodile tears from Democrats just goes to show what's wrong with this town. Not a single Democrat I've heard has expressed dismay at the many examples of crazy, wasteful spending. I don't understand the objection to a deep dive in how we spend our money, but perhaps it's the fact that over the last several weeks, a massive surge has occurred in the search for a criminal defense attorney. That probably says it all. 5 times in this city, any other city in the nation. I'd like to remind the committee that President Kennedy unilaterally created USAID through an executive order in 1961. Yet the President Trump, orders a momentary pause after winning a mandate for reform, and Democrats cry, constitutional crisis. This is after 4 years of reckless spending and unrepentant lawlessness from the Biden administration. I want the American people to understand how this works in Washington. As long as you're spending other people's money, no one bats an eye. But the second you want to save taxpayer dollars, the swamp cries wolf, or in this case, unprecedented constitutional crisis. This breathless, fake outrage from the left is utterly insane. And you know what the American people, you know they can see right through it. The generosity of Americans and the blessing of giving aid to others has always been one of our most valuable tools for diplomacy. The American people have a proud history of championing aid to our fellow man, but lawless bureaucrats have poisoned that goodwill. Many USAID programs are wasteful and actively sabotage our diplomatic relationships by forcing woke ideology on our partners. Just look at PEPFAR, a beacon of hope in the fight against HIV/AIDS, yet the Biden administration even weaponized this crucial program, jeopardizing lives and undermining our relationship with African nations. Under Administrator Powers, our message to Africa was explicit, as it was heinous. Abort your babies and violate your religious convictions, or we won't grant you life-saving aid. Let me be crystal clear to those who've been complicit in this betrayal. Firing those involved is just a start. We have a long way to go. And one last point. I want to correct the record on a couple of things. First, Elon Musk and the team that is working does not have access to personal data. They don't have access to your Social Security number. That is a lie. Elon Musk does have a security clearance. He has a top secret security clearance. By God, he makes the rockets for NASA. But the suggestion that he somehow can't be trusted to dig into how we're spending our money is nothing but a smokescreen to hide the corruption and the wasteful spending that has occurred there. And I am personally offended at the left's continued references to 19-year-olds and 21-year-olds in their doing work. There are 19-year-olds who have won the Medal of Honor defending this country. Just because you're 19 doesn't mean you're some child who can't be trusted. It is offensive. And if you're 19 years old out there, 20 years old, and you're serving this country, by God, your service matters. Keep serving. We thank you for that. It would appear that I'm out of time, Mr. Chairman. I yield.
This moment started with a jaw-dropping example. $5.5 million spent promoting LGBT acceptance in Uganda, while real life-saving aid takes a backseat. Mark Green made it clear that is not fighting Ebola, and it's not helping people survive. Green, as chairman of Homeland Security, reminded everyone that he spent years watching the Biden administration refuse to protect America, and now he says that same mindset infected USAID. According to Green, this wasn't a few mistakes. It was a coordinated strategy pushing radical, anti-American priorities overseas using taxpayer money. Then came the line that hit hardest. Green mocked the idea that Americans should be upset about investigating waste, pointing to millions spent teaching Moroccans how to make pottery. His message was simple. They were doing that long before America existed. And that's when he dropped the hammer. Green called Democrats outrage crocodile tears, saying not a single one showed real concern over the waste itself. Only panic now that accountability is coming. He even hinted that the sudden legal scrambling in Washington tells the real story. Green also demolished the so-called constitutional crisis narrative. USAID was created by executive order, yet when President Trump pauses spending to reform a broken system, Democrats suddenly act like the republic is collapsing. Green said Americans see through it. Spending other people's money is easy, but saving it makes the swamp scream. He went further, accusing bureaucrats of poisoning America's goodwill by forcing woke ideology on partner nations. Even programs like PEPFAR, once a symbol of hope, were weaponized, putting ideology ahead of lives and damaging relationships across Africa. And when Democrats try to shift the focus to Elon Musk and young staffers, Green shut that down too. Musk has top-secret clearance, and claims about data access were called what they are, a smokescreen to hide corruption. As for young Americans serving their country, Green reminded everyone that age doesn't define honor or competence. This wasn't a speech. It was a warning. Green made it clear. Firings are only the beginning, and accountability is coming whether Democrats like it or not. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to 50 Patriots, share this with friends who follow political hearings, and see you in the next one.